The human named Aaron had lived on the floating world of Lumis for nearly 3 years. Lumis was a place of smooth metal streets, gentle artificial sunlight, and towering crystal halls where diplomats from dozens of species met to argue, trade, and shape the future of the galaxy. Yet in this grand place, Aaron lived a quiet life. His voice was soft, his steps were calm, and he never tried to stand out. Most citizens of Lumis barely noticed him as he walked through the markets, carrying small bags of supplies for his wife. Princess Lyra belonged to the Lumerian royal line, known for their glowing eyes and intricate markings across their skin. She had chosen Aaron during a diplomatic visit to Earth years earlier. Many had thought her choice strange, since humans were new to the galactic stage and known mostly for adaptability rather than greatness. Still, she had married him, and he had stepped into the role of royal partner with patience, sincerity, and humility. Other nobles often whispered that Aaron lacked presence. They said he had no power, no special skill, no place in the politics of Lumis. They believed he was nothing more than a gentle ornament beside the princess. Aaron never argued with any of this. If he heard the whispers, he never showed it. He preferred to spend his days tending the gardens behind the palace, shaping small fruit trees, and watching the sky shift colors as the station moved between stars. Despite his gentle lifestyle, Aaron loved Lyra deeply. She respected him not for strength or authority, but for the steady kindness he carried. When she spoke with him, her voice softened and her worry lessened. He supported her in every council meeting, never interrupting, always creating calm in the background. They shared quiet meals, long walks, and simple moments that made their bond unshakable. The peace lasted until the day the Javarian fleet came. They arrived without warning. Their warships tore into the trade routes around Lumis, pushing aside patrol craft with brutal force. Their commander, a ruthless leader known for taking what he wanted, demanded that Lumis surrender its technology and its ruler. When the council refused, the Javarians launched an assault that shook the palace walls. Explosions thundered outside as Lyra hurried into the protective chamber with Aaron. Beside her, guards rushed to secure the doors. The palace was strong, but no one knew if it was strong enough. Lyra turned to Aaron with worry in her bright eyes. He placed his hand on her shoulder, steady and warm. His calm did not waver, but deep within, something stirred. He had seen war before. Humans had not always lived in peace on Earth. He had learned to fight long ago, before settling into the quiet life Lyra gave him. He had put away those skills, believing they belonged to a past he no longer needed. Yet danger had a way of calling old instincts back to life. The walls shook again. A guard fell to one knee as dust drifted from the ceiling. The captain of the guard stepped forward. His armor flickered with blue light as he spoke. His voice held urgency. They needed to move the princess to a deep bunker under the palace. The corridor leading there, however, was under attack. The Javarians had landed soldiers using small transport ships, and they were cutting through the outer defenses. Lyra looked at the captain. Then she looked at Aaron. She knew he was brave, but she also knew he desired no violence. She feared putting him anywhere near danger. He gave her a small, reassuring nod. The doors slid open with a long metallic groan, revealing a corridor flooded with smoke and sparks. The guards formed a defensive formation around Lyra. Aaron walked behind her, calm, watching everything. The corridor trembled again as the soldiers clashed with the invaders. Aaron saw flashes of plasma, felt the heat of explosions, and heard the cries of both sides. He watched the guards fight with determination, but the Javarians pushed forward. Their armored suits were thick, their weapons powerful. Their leader had sent elite warriors, knowing the palace mattered. A blast hit the wall near Lyra. Aaron grabbed her and shielded her with his body as debris scattered around them. A guard rushed to them and urged them to keep moving. Soon they reached the last barrier before the bunker. The heavy door was halfway open. The system had jammed from the attack. Engineers were working frantically, but progress was slow. Behind them, the Javarian soldiers continued to advance. Aaron stepped forward and scanned the hallway. The guards were thinning. The Javarians were too many. They would reach the princess before the door opened. Lyra looked at Aaron, her breath unsteady. She tried to speak, but he gently touched her hand. He had been quiet all his life on Lumis, but now silence was no longer enough. He approached the captain of the guard and asked for a weapon. The captain hesitated. He had never seen Aaron fight. Most believed the human could not fight. Aaron simply stated he needed a blade. The captain, desperate and out of options, handed him a ceremonial sword used for royal rites. It was beautiful, with a long clear edge that shimmered with energy. Aaron held it like he had held weapons long ago. His grip was steady. His stance straightened. His quiet presence shifted. The guards felt it first. Then Lyra felt it too. She watched as the man she loved, the man who tended gardens and smiled softly, rose into something the palace had never seen. Cries echoed down the corridor. The Javarian surged forward. Aaron stepped ahead of the guards and lifted the sword. The energy within the blade pulsed, as if awakened by his touch. The captain shouted for him to come back, but Aaron moved with a calm that felt almost unnatural. He waited until the first enemy reached him. The Javarian raised a heavy weapon. Before the shot could fire, Aaron moved. His strike was swift, precise, and powerful. The enemy fell. The guard stood frozen for only a moment. They had not expected a human to move like that. More Javarians came. Aaron faced them without fear. His steps were light, his strikes controlled. He fought not with anger, but with purpose. Every motion protected the corridor behind him. Every swing of the sword formed a barrier between danger and his wife. The Javarians roared as their soldiers fell. Their armor cracked beneath the energy blade. Their formation broke. They tried to surround him, but he slipped past them with a skill none of them expected. Lyra watched in awe. She had known Aaron was strong inside, but she had not known the depth of it. He had never told her much about his past. Now she saw a part of him he had kept hidden, not out of shame, but out of desire to live peacefully. The door to the bunker finally opened. The captain shouted for the princess to enter. Lyra refused to go until Aaron returned. The captain insisted, urging her to move, but she shook her head. Her gaze stayed fixed on her husband as he fought with quiet determination. Aaron pushed forward as the Javarian line weakened. The invaders pulled back for a moment, regrouping. Their commander, a tall armored figure, stepped into the corridor. His armor gleamed with dark symbols. His voice boomed as he challenged the human. He declared that no human could stand against him. He had battled many warriors across the galaxy. He believed victory was his destiny. Aaron did not respond with words. He simply positioned himself, lifted the sword, and prepared. The commander charged. The clash shook the corridor. Sparks flashed as the blades met. The commander was strong, his strikes heavy. Aaron moved with speed and precision. The guards watched the duel with wide eyes. They had never seen a human fight a Javarian commander. It seemed impossible, yet Aaron held his ground. The duel carried down the corridor. The commander grew frustrated. He attacked with wild force. Aaron saw openings created by those reckless strikes. He stepped aside, avoided a swing, and struck the commander's side. The armor cracked. The commander staggered. Aaron pushed forward. He struck again, this time with a force fueled not by rage, but by the simple need to protect those he loved. The commander fell to one knee, then collapsed. The remaining Javarians hesitated. Their leader had fallen. Their push slowed. The guards charged forward and drove them back. Some fled, some surrendered. The corridor fell into silence. Aaron lowered the sword. His breath was steady. His calm returned as if a switch had flipped inside him. He turned and walked back to Lyra. She rushed to him, relief flooding her face. The guards bowed deeply, not because he demanded it, but because they had witnessed something rare. Aaron returned the sword to the captain. The captain accepted it with respect, no longer seeing Aaron as a quiet ornament. The royal partner had just defended the palace in a way that shifted the future of Lumis. Lyra took Aaron's hand as they entered the bunker together. Later, when the battle was over and the palace secure, the council gathered to speak about what had happened. Reports from soldiers spoke of a human who fought with the skill of a trained warrior. Citizens whispered that the quiet husband had transformed into something incredible. Some called him a protector. Others called him a guardian. But Aaron simply returned to the gardens, trimming branches and planting flowers with the same slow patience as always. Lyra joined him, watching him work with gentle admiration. She finally asked why he had never told her about his past. He answered simply that peace mattered more to him than glory. He had never wanted to be known for battle. She understood. She knew he had fought only because danger came for their home. He had lifted the sword not to prove himself, but to protect life. The galaxy would speak of him for years, but he would remain the same calm soul she loved. In the days that followed, ambassadors fro.